Working on this CNC machine today. Today I'm going to try and get the final attachment of the linear rail on the left-hand side of the machine I was working on yesterday, and I'm hoping to get the other side done also. And I'm also going to put these great big honking lag bolts into the little piece that's holding up the rails and the motor. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I'm going to get started right now with drilling some holes for these guys here. These are insert nuts. They're threaded. They're M5 by 0.8 metric inserts. And here's a bag of bolts that are going to be threaded into them, and they're going to hold the rails on the machine. They're going to be screwed into these these LVLs. The wood I'm not talking about anymore because we've talked about them too many times already. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get started right now. And so here we go. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this thing here. I'll turn my indicator on. And I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm going to try and get so you can see it. It says 0.1. I'm going to hit the 0 button. Now it says 0. And I'm going to push it back. And push it back. And push it back. So it's saying, right now it's saying that I am 0 back here, and right here I'm -3. Well, you know, I don't think there's a whole lot I can do about that because I can't bend, I don't have any way to bend this rail. And 0.03 of an inch is not going to make any difference. It's just in that one spot. You know, there's about, I don't know, it's 4 over here. Holy moly. Well, I'm going to put the inserts in. And I'm going to try and get them right in the center of the hole. So that's the idea anyway. And what I have is this drill bit. And this drill bit fits right in this hole. Well, I can show you on this one because it fits right through. It's a snug fit. So when I drill all these holes here, that's going to make a snug fit in there. So that's what I'm about to do. I have to get this camera set up and put someplace where it's going to just watch me do this stuff. And we're just going to let it go. And I got some junk here I got to get out of the way. A bag of rollers. Like I'm painting this thing. Well, not yet. Okay, so here's the drill. Here's the hole in the rail. I'm going to go in about a 1/2 inch. I'm going to put it in the right direction. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. What I should have done was check to see if this drill's too big for these inserts. I'm hoping they're not. Now I've drilled all in holes. Let's see. Let's get this piece of wood right here. We'll drop it in there where it's not going to spin around. And there's my hole. Now I'm going to take It's that one over there. My Allen wrench. It fits right in there. If you ever buy these things, don't get the ones with the screw slot. And if you do, and you don't want to strip that thing out, you can actually take a screw like this with a nut on it and screw it down and tighten the nut against there. And then you could turn this, you can use an Allen wrench to turn that screw. Or it doesn't have to be a screw, it could be a nut or bolt or, you know, something like that. A nut and a bolt rather. And, you know, you just screw it in a little bit and you lock the nut down on there. And then you could screw the thing into the hole where it's got to go. So it's a lot better. These things don't get screwed up too much. So I'll make sure that this thing is going to be the right size. And look at that. That's pretty tough getting that to go in there. But that's going to be good because I can turn that right down so it's flush. And then I got to move this rail out of the way to get all these in. So I got to drill all the holes. And then, you know, put all those things in. And this is the same kind of wood as this on here. So I know that that's the good size. That fits in there nice and tight. And the other good thing about this is that if you use these kind with the Allen wrench, you can get them out afterwards. It's very easy. And, you know, there's always this. And it's out. Or you can put it in that way too, which is what I'm going to end up doing. But right now I got to drill holes. So we'll get back to that. Let's see, I drilled that one and then drilled that one. Okay. More over here. I'm just drilling down in there. I really don't care how deep they are because they're the bolts that are going to go in there are going to go down past this insert, so they need to be a little deeper than the insert itself. Oh, that went right in there fast. That's all holes there. Now, get my block out of the way so I can slide that back there. Now I got 2 screws in this thing, and I really need to take them out and drill these holes. So what I'm going to do is temporarily, I'm going to take one of these screws and I'm going to go right in that hole I just drilled. That's extra long, so it's going to reach down in there. And actually, I'm going to get a bigger one. A couple of these. Somewhere right here on the table, I got yeah, I got it. I don't have it there. It's not there. Where is it? Is it up here? I was trying to put everything in the same spot so I wouldn't keep losing it. But now, here it is. That thing. That's what I need to put these things in. So, take that out. I'm going to put this up here where I know where it is. Maybe I'm going to remember that, but I probably won't. So I'm going to go right down. And then I'm going to put another one over here. These screw holes aren't going to make any difference. And then switch my bit. Remember? Put the stupid things up there so I know where they are. I'm going to take this one out. And I'm going to take this one out. Because I have two holes with screws in them that's going to hold this in place. So don't move around when I drill it. Okay, that's one. That's two. So now, what I got to do is I got to take all this stuff apart. And I want to get this thing, I'm going to try and get this thing just over one set of holes. And I think I'm going to put the inserts in that hole, the holes in the back over there. And then I'm going to put them in the front. But right now what I got to do is I got to get this shaft, this rail out of here. So I got to take that rail out. So in order to take the rail out, really all I have to do is to clean this sawdust off of here so it don't all go down in those holes. And that's an easy thing to do. I got Mr. Air Hose right here. I'm going to make short work out of it. Okay. Takes care of that. And now I got to remember where I put the bit. I'm going to take these two screws out of here. One. There's two. And now I need to get my little block of wood. I have a block of wood here somewhere that I prop this thing up on. Where did I put it? There it is. So I'm just going to put that there. Now when I lift this up, this whole thing is going to come up. So instead of being stupid about it, why don't we just get this thing underneath here, and maybe I can just lift this up enough like that to get that under there. And now, see, rail comes right out. So there's the rail. That's out. And now I've got to find my big nasty drill bit. And I got to put a tape mark on this thing. Where's my tape? I had it here. There it is. I got junk everywhere. Doesn't everybody have junk everywhere? I got a little teeny tiny shop, so you know it's a junk is every place. So I'm just going to put this about there. And that's where I'm going to stop drilling. Because that is going to be the full height of these pieces. So now I need this to go into, let me show you. So this is the table part itself. This is a torsion box. So there's a piece of wood right here, piece of 2x material. There's another one here. There's another one over here. And there's another one in the back. So I got 4 of these screws going to go in. So what I got to do is get my drill. And I know that's a 2-inch, a 2x4. But it's not a 2x4, it's a 2x3. I was trying to keep the height of the table down a little bit. And since then I put legs underneath, and now it's higher than it was before. So I'm gonna, since I know that's a piece of 2x, and I know that's 1.5 inches wide, that means this needs to be 3/4 of an inch from the end. And I got a pencil. There it is. It's up there with the bits. So I'm going to put a mark. So I'm going to put the screw over here on this side because because this has got a 6-inch piece underneath. Let me show you that. So my proximity switch out of the way. So that's the end of it. This is the bottom 2 pieces. They're 1 3/4 each. And then this is the top part. So I'm going to go through here because that's closer to the center of this. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact anyway, but it's better if it's somewhere near there. So I got my mark. I'm not going to go crazy measuring all this stuff. I am going to try and get this thing to be straight, just because straight is good. And I'm just going to take this square, get it close over there, and then I'm just going to eyeball it. Well, let's look at it this way and see if it's going in straight. It's not. This jams up pretty fast because there's no flutes up here on this part of the shank. So you got to keep putting it in, take it back out. Let's clear this shit. We're almost there. Wow, tight. All right. So now this thing is going to screw into that. Let me take this stupid tag. They put tags on everything and it's like pain in the neck. These aren't too bad, I guess. I don't care if the whole thing doesn't come off. It doesn't matter. Now, do I have the right bit? I do not have the right bit. Doesn't say what size it is. But I don't think that's the right one. No, it is not. We might stop in our tracks right now. I'm not sure if I got a bit that big. Let me look at my drawer over here. Almost all the bits are out of here. They took them out and put them somewhere else. Okay, I'm going to look down here again. Hopefully, I got a bit big enough to screw these in with. So let's see. Here's my bit drawer. Those are all 25s. But I got this guy here. And these got some bigger ones in them. I'm going to say maybe it's this one. Is it this one? It's not that one. That one's too big. What is that one? That's a 30. Well, I just had a 25, I thought. That doesn't look like a 25. Let's see. That is a 25. but that is too small. And a 30 is too big. Oh, what the hell kind of crap is that? Let's try some of these. Are these the same? They look the same. Maybe I just didn't get that in there right. Okay, that does not go in there. That is a Torx. It looks like a Torx. Maybe it was on the label what size it is. Maybe, you never know. They do have other options. Now I gotta remember where the other options are. I just saw the other options yesterday. And where did I see them things? I'm not sure where I saw them. I think they were in the house. Those are Torx. Maybe they're not Torx. I don't know. Let me see these damn things. Huh, number 3 Spider. What the hell is that? I don't have anything like that. I might get shut down and have to go to the store and get something. Crap. I know those damn things. I just had them in my hand yesterday. Well, I'm going to stop the video for a minute. Okay, turns out I got to go back to the store and get some special drivers for them damn screws. So, I'm just going to put some of these things in and show you how that happens. I got a bunch of them, so I'm going to go grab a handful of them. You're not going to believe how easy this is. You just stick that thing right there in the hole. A little pressure. Get them right down below the surface. And that's going to be perfect. These are going to hold a whole lot better than just screws in the wood. But you see how simple that is? That's pretty easy. Pretty simple. Just gotta make sure you get them down below the surface so that they don't interfere with that rail sitting flat on top of there. So now, the tricky part is I gotta move the gantry. So that I can get the two that are underneath of there. It shouldn't be too bad. I'm just gonna put the ones in the back over here first. Did I drill a hole there? Oh, that's not a hole. It's right here. Sorry you can't see me. I'm hiding. I'll be done over here in a second, so don't worry. You'll be able to see me again. Okay, now I gotta go behind here. more, and then I got to move the gantry. One more. There we go. So now, it's on a roller over there on the other side, or it's the linear rail is there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to try and push this thing, kind of like that, sort of. But the rail is deciding not to move over there for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why it's not. Let's go the other way. All right, there's the holes. I got them exposed now. Last two holes. So these rails that I have for this area here are, they have 1/4-inch holes in them, which I'm kind of surprised. The 1/4-inch hole is about that big. So you can see that's a number 6. So what I did was I went and got, these I think are 4s or 5s. These are 5s. So there's a little bit of movement there. You know, so if this thing turns out that it's not in perfect alignment, I can shift it, because I drilled a hole through the rail with a drill the same size as the hole. So the holes are all, you know, perfectly centered on the hole that's going to go on the rail that was on here before and was straight. So I should be able to move just enough to get this thing straight if it's a little bit off. So that's the plan anyway. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out where these other bolt holes need to be, and hopefully they'll be in a spot that's, so I got the 2 bolts, I got the 2 holes down here, and I know those bolts or those screws go right into the 2x3 that goes all the way across the machine. So I'm going to make a mark right here, and then I'm going to make a mark back over here, and then I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to try and line that up like that, and then I'm going to just put a mark right there. And lo and behold, my screw wants to go right there next to that. It's not going to go there. I can tell you why. Because I need that. Well, that's this one back here. This one back here goes 3/4 of an inch away from the end, which is right about there. I don't know why I'm even bothering measuring that, but so yeah, that's going to go right down into that one. This one here. Put the ruler back together again, square. And we're going to go down like this. Make a mark there. Yeah, get that in there. Make a mark there. Hold that like that. And make a mark right in there. So I got more holes to drill. So this one here, since that's right next to that thing, I have to look at this and see if I put that right there, it's going to be away from that. So I'm going to go right here. That's not a pencil, but it works. You know what? I'm going to go with my other Makita. This is an old one. It's still 18 volts, but it doesn't have the guts that this one has. This one works a lot better. You know, this is one of them stupid bits with a 3 little flats on the end of it. I hate the damn things, but you know, that's what it is. What it is what it is. So now this one here is going to go right there. And yeah, it's straight enough. Oh, I got to unhammer. I don't know how it keeps getting unhammered. It helps. It's that one. Just a little more space here. And this one is going to go right here. Don't touch that drill bit, it's going to be hot. You see that? Here we go. There we go. That's the end of that. So now what I got to do is go back to the store and get the proper driver for these stupid things. It looked like I saw $11 for 2 of them. It's like, Jesus. The screws are not cheap, and neither are the drivers. So I'm going to go do that. And we'll be back in a little bit. Hey guys, I just got back from the store to get these stupid bits. And I go in there, and like the label says on here, I don't know if you can see that or not, down there at the bottom, it says number 3 Spyder, right? So I go to the store and I look at this. I get this thing. What does that say? It says 2 Spyder bits. And it doesn't tell you anything about what size these things are. So I looked at the package and I thought, well, these are number 2 Spyder bits. No, there's 2 in the package, stupid. So I went and I looked all over the place for about 10 minutes trying to find some of these that said 3. And I couldn't find any. So I finally said, you know what? If these are the only ones in the store, and these damn things right here, these 10-inch long timber headlock screw, call them headlocks, As far as I could tell, this is the only one that uses these bits. All the rest of these screws that this company makes use regular Torx bits. So these things were $11 and change. And I'm saying, what the hell is that bullshit? You know, two drivers? Well, it says on the back, offers increased bit engagement, virtually eliminates head cam out, and snug head fit, quickens installation. Well, it's the same as a damn Torx bit, really. I mean, I guess it's a Spider bit because it's got 8 little grooves, and I think Torx bits only have 6. I don't know. I never counted the damn things. But why the hell does this damn screw need a special bit like this that's called a number 2 when the thing says 3 on it? Well, as it turns out, after I ripped the damn package open in the store and I got another one of these bolts off the shelf, guess what? It fits. And then if you look at it real carefully, right over there on that side, it says SD3L. So, it doesn't say that anywhere on this goddamn package. Nowhere. It doesn't tell you a thing about it. So, I said, well, if you read the fine print, like some people don't do because they can't, you know, they're impatient and they don't like to read the package that close. But right down here, right at the bottom, it says FM Spider 3 2-pack. Right on the bottom down there. Right next to my thumb, right above my thumb. That's where it says right there. That's the only place it says. Why the hell ain't it on the front of the fucking package? Why it's not on the front of the package. I can't stand people that are so stupid that, you know, well, what is it? It's a number 2. It's a number that says 2. Well, there's 2 in the pack. Is it a 2 or is it a 2-pack? Well, it turns out it's actually a 2-pack. And the only place it tells you what it is right there, that little shit writing on there. And us blind bastards can't see that shit anyway. My eyes are shot already. I got cataracts. I can't see out of one eye, and the other one doesn't work good either. So, or I don't know what you're going to do. But I'm going to put the damn thing in this thing. And I'm going to screw these things in. So here we go. They claim that they screw right in nice. Okay, here we go. We'll get that in there. Make sure it's in. Make sure you're going the right way. Okay, took that one home. Hopefully it'll all go like that. This one I got on a little bit of an angle because the board is that way, and I got a anchor point for the rail right there, so I wanted to keep that head away from it. That's not exactly flat. I think I'm gonna get a Forstner bit. Don't be stupid and grab that. It's gonna be hot as hell. Get a rag. Put on a glove. Do something. Don't touch it with your fingers. You'll burn yourself. Alright, I'm going to get a Forstner bit and I'm going to countersink them holes because that's making a mess. Probably about that size. Okay, that looks like it'll work. I'm going to put that in Well, it's only a little job, so I'll put it in this thing. And of course, since this one's got a little divot, maybe I can get it started. No, forget that. Let's get a piece of wood and drill a hole in it. Alright, here's a piece. Got me a piece right here. Let's drill a hole through here. Here's the hole. Come on. There we go. Got a hole. So what do you do with that? Here's what you do with it. You take that back up out of there. And you put that hole right over the top of that thing. And you can generally hold it and you just go slow at first. And try to not let it move. So I can't really clamp this thing down. I could put a screw in it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a screw in it. So now, that's the wrong bit. I'm going to put one of these little guys in it. One of those. A pocket screw. I'm going to put one. Put that right there. I'm going to put one here. And then I'm gonna, maybe I can get away with that, but I don't think I'm going to try. I'm gonna put another one over here because that's underneath the thing. I won't be able to see that hole. All right, so now I can take this bit and it won't wander around anymore. Then we're gonna take this off. Don't take it too far because you're going to put it back over on that side of her. So now I got that little divot around that hole. Now I got to find a bolt again. Is it hot still? It's still hot. It's still pretty hot. Now I'm going to change the bit. Put the stupid bit back in there. And then when we run this down, it's probably gonna... There we go. She's flush now. This one went down all the way, but it cracked it. You don't like that. So I got two more over here. Sometimes when you don't remember which one's which. And you keep pushing the switch and you're going. You're trying to take the screw out and you're just tightening it up more. How do I know that? I've done it a few friggin' 1,000 times. And then finally I figured out, yeah, you know, all you gotta do is remember your finger is in and your thumb is out. And when you put your hand on there, it's automatic. So now I gotta go in. So I gotta put my finger there. Of course, it doesn't work the same way if you've got the thing in your other hand. Holy moly, I think this one got to go down a little bit more. But since it started, it's easy to do. You don't have to have that thing on there. Okay, here we go. Last one. I dare you to go anywhere now. Okay, I'm back. I think I got it. It's pretty damn close. I I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get it any closer. Let me show you what I got here. We'll follow it down the track. Get this back all the way up to the clamp where it is. Now it's at 0, as you can see. And then when I push it down here, it goes to 1, and that's 2. And you know, if I move my hand on here, this is not a perfect, you know, thing here, because this is not. But that's 1. That's -1. So technically that's out by 2. That's still -1, and it's still -1. And then it's, you know, if I just move this a little bit. So that is pretty damn close. I think that is close enough for what I'm doing here.